Up my notes. Are we live? We good? I like it.
Looks like
What's
it.
going on? What's going on?
Such a great intro.
And we're live. Camera
So
2.
professional.
Ah.
Killing it with the professionalism over here.
Hey, I got the show sheet up right now. I'm like, hey, I know what we're going to talk about today. I feel like this this light is super hot on me. Woo! Let's turn that baby down. There we go.
I just follow the leader. That's what I do. It'll be good though. We got some interesting things to talk about.
Yeah, we do. Hopefully no one cries by the end, because we're gonna call them all to the mat on when they play with dolls.
Yeah, Dollhouses.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah,
everyone?
USTE is coming up, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. The new scratch and sniff truck from Element RC.
Yes.
It's not really one, but that's what I call it.
It could be.
Is it on there? Or is it just Pablo? What's going on, you guys? Max Paul 11, JMRC's XJ Sport 95. We mentioned you a lot last week, Alex, at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was. RC Patina guy, Radioactive Scale, Mere Deep, Joseph, Chanot. Yeah, people jumping in. Where do you want to start? Like, you've got a cool show idea that you want to talk about.
Let's get warmed up for that first, because I don't even know exactly what that show idea is going to be yet. So I don't have all the details. Yeah, I don't have all the details yet. Yes, that's hot, dude.
This is pretty warm.
I like it.
I was just looking for bodies and things. I know you can, hit up eBay every once in a while. Sure. Funny enough, I got it from a guy who had ordered something from me. And there was an issue with it. I don't remember what the order issue was. I think it was a quantity thing, because eBay is really weird. Like, it says that they paid $4.99, but then like hidden small is like quantity 2, whatever. So it looks like when the price is there that's just the price of the item, but it doesn't like add up to like 20 or whatever they ordered.
Was it one of those? Anyway. Was it one of those where he's like, I paid $4.99, and then it's like, and $80 of shipping?
No, but he paid the full, like, I think he got like 4 or so, got a couple of the GRX4 hangers, and
okay.
I didn't ship them enough. I think that's what it was. Anyway, JJ's Custom Slot Cars was the guy. He was really cool about it. I'm like, dude, sorry, I'll drop another one in the mail for you.
Yeah.
Whatever. I dropped 2 more, I guess, probably. Usually when I mess up, I hook people up with something. But yeah, so I was just Googling or eBaying, like, what options are there for bodies. I was looking for the ones that are cut. People were doing the cut ones, and they were on eBay for a while.
Yeah.
And this popped up, and I'm like, well, I know what I'm getting now. He had one of these, and he had a camel trophy truck that was like all muddied looking.
Yeah.
And I chose this one because the mud looked brushed a little to me on it. So
okay. On the camel trophy one?
Yeah, it looked like either somebody would have wiped it but didn't get the dirt off, or so it didn't really have the look exactly. This is just like super duper clean.
Yeah.
And
so did he paint it himself?
Yeah, it's all painted. Came as a body painted. I think it was 110, 115.
Nice.
Not cheap, but these bodies are
they're already base price of.
They're already something.
Yeah.
But he's got to assemble it. He's he had to buy the sticker packs that they sell.
Sure.
They put all that on. So there's other incurred costs that he had beyond that, but he did a really good job taping it all off too. So high quality.
Well, so that's sweet.
If I'm going to USTE, this might be the truck I take, since it's the lit done up more than just, and it's not like comp truck done up.
Damn. Sure.
Is that my internet's freaking again? Did I just cut out for a second?
No, you're good. Not any worse than normal.
Okay. You started doing a spinning pinwheel, so
no.
I thought for some reason.
No, we're
It
good.
was happening again. I finally have had it sorted all week, so I hope not.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a quick starter teaser into it.
That's nice.
So if you guys are looking, I don't know if he'll be doing more of those or not. I'll let him know that people are interested in it because I've gotten quite a few comments about where I got it.
That's pretty sweet, man. I like it. Do you sing to yourself as you're? I totally embarrassed Dalton this weekend. We were driving on a trail, and he was like doing this epic like crawl with his Halo truck, and I was like, "Do you hear the music in your head?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" And so I started singing the Halo theme, and he's like, "Shut it." He's like, "Stop."
Now I do, Dad. And you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, he's like,
in
"Stop."
front of none of my friends who nobody's out here except us, but still.
I know.
Dad embarrassment stuff.
I know. He's like, "Stop." So it's pretty funny, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I need to get my internet sorted. They said I did cut out.
Oh
yeah, I did not have the song going in my head, but I immediately searched for it when I did the reel on it.
Yeah.
First thing I did was like Jurassic Park theme song because I knew it needed it. I found a cool trap version to be at least a little different.
Ooh, there you go.
So yeah. So what was next on the show thing? What else do we have to talk about? Well, let's talk about the Element because that's a quick one because it's similar. It's not a new truck.
No,
it's
bigger
tire wheels.
There's some slight changes. So first off, yes, it's running 1.9s instead of the 1.55s that it normally has, and the body has a different cut to it. It's the same-ish Sendero body, or I'm sorry, Trailwalker body, but it's got wider, like more open fenders on it. It's obviously because it has bigger tires on it. It's got to clear the tires. I do not have one, but I've got to be honest, in my opinion about this. Like, Element has a wide selection of bodies, and I think this one is actually my favorite. Like, I'm not a huge fan.
It looks really good in black.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the what's it called? The samurai
Ecto?
one? I like the Ecto. I can't even remember this. Bushido, yeah. I was thinking of my other name for it, but no, that one, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's
grown on me.
Yeah, see, it's like a Barbie car to me for some reason. It just feels like out of proportion.
The proportions do have that Barbie car-esque.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it.
The Barbie car did have some interesting shaping to it.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, and then, I really like the Ecto. The Sendero HD isn't bad. The Sendero SE is probably, I like the color of it and all that. It's a little bit better. The Night Runner body is cool, but I'm just not a huge like late model car guy. I mean, they're all right, but it's not my favorite thing. But yeah, for sure the new Trailwalker, it's pretty dope. And there's like, it's one of those ambiguous designs where it kind of looks like a Ranger. I'm not a Ford guy, but it kind of looks like a Ranger. It kind of looks like a square body. It kind of looks like a Love, like it's like, it's got all these kind of like mishmash things in it, but there's some stuff on it that I really like that you can kind of like, the grill, if you look really close, it's kind of like
grill has that cutback kind of to it that looks
it's kind of like a late 60s Chevy truck a little bit.
Yep.
And so I really like that. Obviously, I like that it comes with headlights. Dude, I wish I could have had that rig on this last trail that we went on. We did some epic crawling, and it was kind of low light, but had sunlight coming through, so with the lights, it would have looked really cool. But no, I'm excited for that one. I think it looks really good. I think they knocked it out of the park with like the whole look and theme of it, except for those Scale Builders Guild stickers that comes with it. They need to change those out to RC Amigo ones, but that's just me just saying that. So just kidding. Wonder where they got that patina idea. RC patina guy says.
I was gonna say, so let's talk about the idea is the patinaing.
Yeah.
That it comes with the exterior paint, so it has an internal paint, like a primer color,
right,
and then the exterior. So as you either rub up against rocks, it'll rub the paint, or you can pre-distress it. Like Matt did a whole little tutorial thing in his.
It was nice. That was a good video.
Video of it. Yeah, and some of the techniques he did, I'd never seen before. But I don't watch a lot of videos like that because
you spend all your time putting lights in cars.
Yeah, because I'm so busy putting lights in cars that I don't even have time. It's not even that; it's repairing all the light kits that I've put into cars that came in them because I want to make sure they're working properly.
Well, I have a solution for that I am super excited about that I got. Not to like derail, but that's a good segue for these. So I got a kit, 2 kits. One's for the Night Runner, and it's a My Trick RC light kit.
Oh, the good stuff.
Oh, dude, I didn't know what I was missing. And I got these. I wish I could light them up right now, but I don't know enough about them. But so we got these light kits, and I have them color matched to match his Halo truck. And so they're going to be gold and green, and we have some red in there that are going to match the Halo theme. Yeah, so it should be pretty sick. I got that one, and I got another kit.
Now those are rock lights too?
Yeah, so it's got rock lights, it's got headlights, brake lights. I have an interior light, and it's got these are what I'm excited for. These are like he gave me the housings for them too, but they're like fog lights.
Okay.
But they're like long and these are good.
Nice.
They're so bright. Yeah, so I'm pumped for those. But I also got
a kit. The bumper.
Yep. I got a kit for the Lazarus body or truck too, and I'm really excited for that because I kind of like all the lights that I generally do are kind of like patched together. Like for people don't know, I have a sign company, and so they're like LEDs that I like tear apart and repurpose for my RC cars, and then I buy some RC headlights, but not very much, and it's always a pain in the butt. And these are rad because they come with like all the plug and play fittings, and they come with the controller that you plug it right in. It's like, oh man, it's gonna make life so much easier. But it's gonna take some thought.
Soldering up your own, man. I don't even know you anymore.
I'm getting to that bougie life where it's like it's like pre-made stuff, man. Look at that. But yeah, I'm excited for these. Lee? I'm excited for them.
So. That's cool. Lee Krug, what's up? Eddie's RC agrees. High quality lighting right there.
Yeah. So one of the things that I was going to say about the new Trailwalker that is like a small detail that's overlooked. The body paint on the exterior is like a satin finish to begin with. Like it's not gloss, all that kind of stuff.
It's
like
great looking black.
Yeah, it looks really good. And so that's a touch that I think, when you're really paying attention, you'll see that kind of stuff. And I like it a lot.
So I missed a comment earlier. Joe Chanot asked, what's up with the Freestyle RC partnership post on Facebook? So he has a little post and a picture about partnership. So it looks like Freestyle RC may get a little bit of a second life here.
Really?
Partnering with somebody, yeah.
Does it say who he's partnering with?
They're going to make their stuff or what's going on, but it didn't say. It's kind of like ambiguous for the time being. I think he's just getting people excited again.
That's cool.
So,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's nice to see things kind of live on.
Make it servo savers. I buy those things hand over fist. Even they're $50, but
I need to try one. Like everyone swears by them, and I've never tried one. And it's like I need to try one and see what that's all about. You should
try one.
I should. I think I will, Tony. I think I will.
Here's what I'm working on. I'm packaging Baby Goliath motors.
Nice.
While you're working on something over there.
Yeah,
so your project for the live stream is, but I've got boxes of baby Goliaths to package up.
Nice. Well, my little project today is I wanted to see what it would do or what it would look like. Spec RC also has these wheels called comp cut wheels, and the offsets vary. What would that be? Positive offset, where the face of the wheels towards the outer side of the actual rim, and
to tuck them in tight.
Yeah, to get them in tight. So the Sendero SE has the tires that will stuff underneath the fenders. And so I wanted to see what it would be like to put those tires, the Pin Seeker tires, which I know a lot of people don't really have an affinity for the look of them, but on a different wheel, dude, they don't look too bad. Like, they look actually kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. On a different wheel, it makes a big difference. And so the other thing is they actually, I'm going to be totally honest. They perform better than I anticipated for this tire tread. Like, really, they did. And so I'm going to keep on trucking with them, man. I'm going to give them some more run for their money, if you say. But yeah, so that's my plan for the night. I'm going to do that real quick, and then
gonna work on those. One of these I need to take those hustlers off and try some. I'll put them in a box and mail them to the West Coast where they seem to work so good. And get some landmines or something going on mine. Those are my favorites still at the moment.
This week I texted Tony because I was looking at RC Sparks' old video of the competition that he had with his buddy or his neighbor friend, and I was like, wait a minute. And I saw what kind of tires he had on them, and I sent to Tony, and I was like, hey, he seems to be doing okay with these tires. I was like, hey. And
their courses aren't quite like ours are here. Especially those older ones.
Yeah.
A little bit more trailing style.
Yeah.
Ours are much more comp layout. Yeah.
Sure, but Tony.
They suck. Just no two ways around it. One of the suckiest tires I've ever used.
Wow.
Worse than stock. Worse than stock tires on my honcho.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
Dude. Wow. I tried them up at the same place I ran the honcho and the deadbolts out of the box ready to run, and those things tackled more than my souped up Ecto.
You're like,
used
these
to be able to tackle that track really good.
You're like, these are very sucky. Name the movie.
Like, what happened? And I didn't even have to say anything. Everybody came up and said, "Oh, you're running those? Those things are terrible." Like, okay. Probably because everybody bought them because RC Sparks was running them. Oh, and so everybody probably bought pairs of them.
I didn't even know they existed. I didn't even catch that until I saw the video, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I know those." But just saying. So Addie's asked, we could just segue over to USTE. What are you excited to see there? So I guess why don't we segue into Dollhouse? So I've been
Mr. Dollhouse is in the house, so we got Patina guy. He can.
Yeah, I've been very Dollhouse resistant for the last many years, and I finally was like, you know what? I'm doing these videos
You're
now.
More apocalyptic Dollhouse. Yours are Dollhouse to Mad Max.
No. There's a different. These are built.
Yeah, you don't have any of the interior stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm talking.
You don't even have drivers in yours, do you?
I do on a couple of them. Yeah.
Okay.
On my Frankenwagon and the Lazarus one, I do. On the Lazarus one, I have the fitting, but maybe not so fitting, the zombie Captain America. So I don't know if you've ever seen that What If Marvel line, but I have him driving. And then on Frankenwagon, I have Negan from Walking Dead driving. But So Dollhouse, like when it comes to like my workbench or taking pictures, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but I am anti putting like a doll pinup girl next to my RC car and taking pictures of it. And there's something that's like, I just can't do it. Like I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm not a big fan of like setting up
You just are embarrassed walking through the store checking out with these like little pinup girl toys. I have kids, I swear.
I know. No, not even.
They're for my daughter.
Well, and I'm not even like into like the scale details of taking pictures with the scale details. And then I was like, you know what? Doing these videos, I need something other than a toolbox to look at. So I designed a backdrop for it. And I don't know if I've had any videos with the backdrop on it yet. I know I've taken pictures with the backdrop, but I just and like now I'm like, I can't say it's growing on me, but I can say I need to complete a little bit of the look. So I'm going to do like
I saw a tire rack.
Oh yeah,
that's showing off the tire rack. That's another stage.
Well, that's purely
to make
organization and to make a welding video. Yeah. So
you stick it in the background and it's still a scaled detail. Like
it's not even gonna be in the background. No.
It's okay. You're just not gonna build like rafters and do all the.
No.
I would totally love that. My problem is I just drop things on it and I'd never be able to use it because it'd be full of other stuff like boxes of products or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hit some of the comments and we'll keep talking Dollhouse here.
Yeah.
So how Josh can work it out. That's Joe. So we can still freestyle around. Super one-handed RC says, I'm thinking about ordering 2 of those motors. What are you thinking about? Just order them.
Just do it.
They're awesome.
I have them in my kids' C10. They're awesome.
I got lots of guys that run them up here. They swear by them too. So, and we've tried a bunch of them, but a lot of the guys are running them for class 2 comp stuff, brushed. In fact, I saw Jeff was in here. But what's up, Jeff Brown? My comments, I'm way behind on him at the moment.
No, you're good. You're good.
RC Patina guy says flat black or any flat color is the new 2023 color application style.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a flat black 64 Impala. I love flat black.
Me too. I love all like satin and flat colors. Like that's my jam. That's my jam.
Yeah. What's up? Tank RC's here.
Addie says he can't do garage thing with action figures either. Yeah. Can't do it.
Yeah, posing like holding the motors and stuff that are going to go in. And like, I just don't have the time like to even think about stopping my build to pose I'm so far behind on my list of should be getting it done right now.
I know. Well, here's the thing though. I got to be very honest about this. There's been plenty of nights where I've been laying in bed going through Instagram and I lean over and I'm like, look at this. Like I'm genuinely like impressed with the level of detail and like and especially when people hand make their own like drill presses and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I think it's really rad. I can't bring myself to do it. And I think that's another whole other level. I really feel like I'd be playing with dolls. I don't even I feel bad because my daughter didn't even play with dolls very much. And I don't know. I can't say it was because I was like, no, I'm not playing dolls with you. But it's literally, I'd be like, that's one thing Daddy just doesn't do. I don't play dolls. I can't do it. I don't know. I'm like, sorry, here's a wrench. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even want like a scale welder. Like you should design your shop.
Nah.
3D print yourself.
I don't have space. Photos. That's the other thing. I don't have space. Like I don't have space to put a real.
You're making up all these excuses and you're ripping apart all these people just because you don't have space. That's what it really boils down to. Pablo doesn't have room to do it, but he's trashing you guys because
I know. I would have the Barbie dream shop. It wouldn't even be a dream house. It'd be like the dream shop. It'd be the barn dominium is what it would be of RC.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like that too. I'd be all architectural about it and be like, ooh, look at my Jesse James architectural shop. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. Scale by Chris has lots of scale stuff for the garage. I think up here, the Crooked Mitten RC guys do some of that stuff.
RC Patina guy goes, it's time consuming and I'm picky with the NECA figures. Mine are not dolls.
The NECA figures, yeah.
They're all dolls to me. They're all dolls.
Toy trucks. These are highly sophisticated.
I know.
Electronic.
Well, I say that, and then where's my other one? I do have two laying around here. I don't know where my Darrell went.
Yeah, Hard Park actually sells garages like that you just set up.
Can't do it. I can't do it. Like
back in the day, they were sending around this Outback Jack figure from my buddy from Australia had, and we were all putting it in our cars and doing a video with it, and then we'd send it on to the next video person to do a little thing with Outback Jack. Well, when I got him, we did an interview with him, like set him up like an interview. So I literally had a conversation with a toy doll.
Because we thought it's like talking to Mr. Bill.
It was something else. We had an actual interview, but then he went back and dubbed the voice in and made the mouth on it move and all that.
It's like one of these days I'm just going to be like this, and then all of a sudden in from camera left is going to be like, hello, I'm just going to change over and talk to Tony for a couple minutes.
Little shops are still Dollhouses. Harley Designs drops in and
thank you.
Bring some reality. He drops a reality bomb on us all.
I know. That's going to be my post tomorrow.
The racers, such a big thing for them. And I'm just like, no, you guys are racing toy cars. Like, they're not toy cars. Like,
no, they're machinery.
Okay.
I'm okay engineering with marvels.
This is reality, man. Like,
that's going to be my.
But it's a good thing. I wanted to not grow up.
I'm gonna make a Crowder post I'm gonna Photoshop Harley's head on Crowder, and it's gonna say, mini shops are, what do you call them? Dollhouses are still dollhouses. Change my mind. I'm gonna post that tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome.
Wrapped graphics.
Hey, because I never see it.
I'm gonna bigger for me. Says, just could never see it live, and I still want to make and send some T-shirts over for the design I made after you King of RC builds on the challenge. So nailed it, awesome. Welding shirt.
Nice. Oh, that'd be rad. That's like this one, my 1.9. Yeah. That's 1.9. TM. No, just kidding. 1.9 TM. Love it.
RC is pretty much the guy version of Barbies.
100%. 100%.
I don't know if it's that bad.
I don't know. It's funny. I sent you that. Did you see that link of that 80s, the 80s Instagram account that I sent you? And it had like all the toys and all the stuff from like when we were kids. And I was
in that garage, the bikes were rad on that.
I know, all the GTs and stuff. And I was talking to my wife. I was like, I remember all this He-Man stuff and all this G.I. Joe stuff. It's awesome. Like,
and I'm sitting there scoping all the bikes. I'm like, that's a PK Ripper. And
yeah.
So here's a good look at.
That's a lot of motors.
A whole slew of motors I got to go through.
That is crazy.
This stuff does not come packaged. I did a reel of assembling the tools. I actually unpackaged all the tools because the packaging they come in is so bad, and all the bits are falling out.
Oh no!
That they have them in, and so then I repackaged them and got those little bags made to hold them and all that. But yeah,
man. I want to find, speaking of bags, and we were looking a while ago, but I want to find the watertight parts bag or like tool bag that I can find and brand, because I want to put that on my, with all my tools in it and stuff. But I say that now, but my daughter was so nice. They were home on Monday because of the holiday, and I was and super glue an action figure on it. Only if you super. This is what I want, RC Patina guy. I want an Aztec warrior holding his princess, but I want it super glued to the front hood of my car. That's what I want.
On the hood of it?
On the hood, yeah. Yep. That's what I want. That would be awesome. But so my daughter texted me on she stole my wife's phone. She goes, "This is Olivia." And I was like, "Yes." She goes, what kind of pouch do you want?" Because I was complaining about my I have like a little box that has screws and extra parts in it for when I go trailing.
Yeah.
And it spilled open in my backpack pouch, so there's just like tiny screws everywhere. And so I realized that these little snack bags, the Ziploc ones that are like tiny, will be perfect, right? Because they're like
and they're
small
long
and they're watertight. Yeah. So she made me on Monday when I was at work. She made me these little pouches. She sewed them together, and she made one for parts and one for snacks. And you can't see it, but it's actually stitched over the black too. And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." So I'm going to be putting these, not watertight, but they're still pretty cool. I'm convinced somebody grabbed the almanac 3 years ago. We're in Biff's alternate 85.
And heading toward the 90s, though. Everything on Facebook, all the stuff they're pushing is like the 90s music stuff, which I'm okay with. Very much okay with.
Dude, I always post old school music like that. And old school sounds is probably the wrong.
Give me Soundgarden.
Oh, yeah.
Nirvana.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Here's something that I'm very sad about. I was very disappointed about this. Jimi Hendrix is a Seattle native. I honestly think this was the first year at the New Year's party at the Space Needle they did not play Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, really?
And I was like, how can you play Harry Styles and you cannot play Jimi Hendrix? I was super disappointed. It made me want to move.
We should let the city know.
I think I might. I think I might start that for next year, a petition, bring back Jimmy. Because that was, it's Jimi Hendrix. It's, it's New Year's at the Needle or whatever they call it. Come on. You can't do that to me.
I still listen to like sports, the games when you, like in the arenas, they're still playing like the 90s music.
Oh yeah.
So like all the Get Rowdy stuff and
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, half of it's because you can actually hear
the machine.
You can actually understand the lyrics for most of it compared to new music. Rage Against the Machine 2022 version. So you just do what I tell you. That song. Yep. I like it. All right. So what do you want to move on to? Oh, let's talk about USTE because I thought you were going.
Yes. Offspring. That's another one that's on all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Back at the games. Yeah. USTE. I am going. I'm not taking anything but a mini as of this point. I'm not taking anything. I'm sure I will once I see that there's some room left in the truck.
Yeah.
So my family's going. The kids happen to have that week of off school, so we're going to go down early.
Nice.
And trying to get some stuff in before the event happens. But I'm going to be there mainly filming. Somebody be doing the video for them on the event. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's why I'm not going to do a whole lot. I'll just steal a truck here or there because you can't just film the whole time. There'd be way too much footage to even know what to do with. I'm really going to focus on interviews of some of the people that really do the Dollhouse well. Like the people that win. Because some of those trucks are insane. Like the ones that are made out of metal, like fully formed, like hammered, and like that stuff's insane. And when they're crashing, they're just getting more beat up.
Yeah.
Like Scale Rat's gonna be there. GCM is coming down again.
Dude, that's cool.
all this stuff is lifted from COVID, they can come back down.
Nice.
And they have really scale stuff.
What's up, Psycho Garage?
Everyday RC. RC every day.
RC every day. You're getting old.
Such an idiot. Gosh. Sorry, Josh. Josh is over there like, he doesn't even know my channel. I'm not going to give that guy an interview.
Oh, what a jerk.
I'm going to not talk to him. So, yeah. So we do, Metal Mashers builds. That's it.
Those are sick, dude.
Eddie's RC, his stuff is insane. If you haven't seen Jeremy's stuff, man, it's next level stuff too.
Oh yeah.
The semis that show up there are crazy.
Yep.
They had drifting. They had everything last year. Drifting. They've got all the old Tamiya race, that like the old buggies that they race, like the Sand Scorchers. They built this little sand track, and then they race the monster trucks on it too, like LMTs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember the video,
fun, man.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's very inspiring. Like, I've actually been inspired. My daughter had a truck.
Inspiring enough to play with toy dolls?
Yes. No. It's inspiring.
Am I going to bring parts to sell? I didn't think about that. Ooh. I'm going to be doing. I reached out to them about their giveaway. It's one of the biggest giveaways in the world. RC giveaways. It's insane how much they give away at USTE.
Really
insane. I feel like Axial and Horizon learned about how much they give away at USTE, and they tried to keep up. I mean, they give away a ton.
Maybe I should send someone as my proxy. Be like, here's some.
I probably should have. Next year, I'll have to be buy a vendor tent spot.
There you go.
Shoot, I had my kids and wife man it while I was out filming. Shoot.
There you go.
Where was I? Missed opportunity, because I'm actually gonna have to close the shop down while I'm gone for a week.
You can be like, here you go, dear. Here's a Kindle. Sell the stuff.
Yeah, we use an iPad.
Okay, well,
step up from the Kindle.
Well, it's
all through that PayPal, whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess I'll have a backpack of stuff I could bring.
You should bring a trench coat.
Trench, that would be wicked in Florida.
Just light it all up.
It's like 80 degrees, and I'm walking around with a trench coat. Remember in Living Color? Oh gosh.
That's awesome. Super awesome. Remember when the
I dropped a
RC10
22 RE in my Defender dually for this year. I love building oddities.
Nice.
They're cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
so that's
I'm not Dollhouse with any of my stuff. I'm like trailer, like.
Okay, so let's get something straight. So there's Dollhouse, which is taking pictures with your dollies and your cars on your bench, and then there's scale details. There's
Dollhouse trucks. Now they call them Dollhouse trucks.
Yeah, they do,
because you're not taking them out to trail with them.
Yeah,
the trails are very simple.
Trailer queens,
and it's all about the way that it looks driving. They want it to be realistic, so they choose the easy lines that are tough for them on their tiny tired trucks,
class 1 tires.
So if you're coming to the event with your axials, it's still fun, but you just got to know that like the trails are built for these little trucks. That's the whole goal, is to bring them out and just you're taking cool pictures and video on the trail of these things just looking realistic. And that's what we're going to be trying to get with the video, is really some of the cool shots of these things looking super scale, coming through some of the really trick stuff. That's what I'm hoping to get.
And that's what I was getting to. That's been very inspiring, is that my daughter had a Jeep, one of those Enjoy Jeep bodies, and it was really cool. It was terrible for performance, just like 90% of anything that's hard bodied, but it was really cool looking, and it's inspired me to take it out of retirement and I brought it to the shop so I can take off the hard top. I'm going to take the hard top off and sand it all down and give it a new paint color and do a cage on the top and then put some of those. I haven't built a truck that has scale details in a long time. Like I mean, like real scale, like, put a cooler in the back and like put toe straps hanging down, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't really done that. Like, yes, my other,
I mean, these have like all the floorboard pans, like all of it's done up, like the really scaled out ones there.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to start with this Endura truck, because it's got a full interior. But it's so problematic. Like, it's so hard to get it to fit over anything, and it raises the center of gravity so high. And so now I'm looking at it like, do I cut the floorboards out and like section it up and just keep the doors closed? And I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those things. But I have a list of cars that I want to work on and build. It says RC cars were required to have a driver in the beginning. Roar rules for about 2 years. Wow, that's cool. Matt Harris is asking if there's rules for
race cars who had to have a driver, or
probably that's what U4 has to. U4 you have to have a skilled driver in it, and our U4 anyway. Hard bodies are sweet,
dang,
but
I gotta show this.
heavy.
I saw this. This is Jeremy's truck here. I'm clicking. I'm gonna share screen.
Do it.
It's Jeremy Kilburn's truck. Sergeant Major.
Do you name your trucks? You don't really build your trucks, so you probably don't.
Hey, now we got to talk about that, like, because I think I want to be the first client of the new show.
Ooh, look at that!
Because we talk about bought, not built.
Yes, that's the 22 RE right there, isn't it?
I want bought and built.
Bought and built.
Isn't that insane?
That is cool.
That's running a Toyota in his Defender.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, the 22 RE.
Yep, 22 RE. Yep.
That is dope. That's really cool.
Very cool.
Yes. RC Patina guy says, I'd like to take a 12 scale die-cast truck or car and make it into an RC. That would be cool. I'll tell you, though, I put one of those 24 scale monster truck body metal bodies on a 24. I advised against it. It is very top heavy and does not perform. Don't mind being top heavy if there's tons of ways. Hard body doesn't tip. Yeah, so it's one of those balance things where it's like you build cars knowing they're going to have certain limit. If you're building this style of car anyway, you build them, like you said, knowing they're going to have a limitation of what they can crawl on, what everything can, what they can get over. Like my Frankenwagon truck, I'm still working on that and trying to dial it in. We took it out on a long trail this weekend. I think we got like about 4 miles in this weekend. We had a blast. But that truck is like, I have it on AR60s right now, and it's like a little too wide, and my wheel hubs are a little too wide for it. So I need to get smaller wheel hubs and suck the wheels in a little bit, and then it'd look right. Right now it doesn't quite look right. But the problem is that when it wants to crawl up, because it's a station wagon, it's so butt heavy that it wants to roll back on itself. And it's like, it is what it is, right? Like I know I either have to go around or bust out the winch for it. And but you build them to your expectations on what they're going to be. It's like it's not going to be a comp truck, so don't expect it to comp like a comp truck, you know what I mean? But
well, even with the comp trucks, a lot of times they build it so that there are spots where you have to winch.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, when you're doing these,
right?
Yeah, when you're doing these total scale rigs that are like mainly meant for trailing, that there's going to be limitations on it. It's not an LCG.
What's cool is FMS is going to be there, and FMS is all about Dollhouse truck.
They are, yeah.
See, man. So that's pretty cool. Somebody needs to talk to them about making it easier to put figures in. Like open
Yes.
there's all these things that open, but not the door to put anybody inside the car.
Right.
Like those are the
Right.
doors that don't open. However, the Michigan did.
Oh yeah.
So
For a
I'd
week.
love it in the
And then it
smaller
didn't.
ones.
Yeah.
Like the little 18th scale.
You looking for some like Polly Pocket size stuff or what? You're like, I'm just going straight down to the small dolls.
Lee Krug says he's in crawling right now, man. How's it going, Bruce?
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so Silver Sack says he worked at the Fantasy World Toys and Hobbies in the 80s. No RTRs in the beginning. Now it's hard to find anything that's not an RTR.
I know. That's how I got my start, is all RT. I mean, all my start was all kits. It's all I knew. It's all I ever knew. And I love it. I still love building kits. Speaking of, I got another scale mail thing. I forgot about that. This I traded one of my loves away for. I traded my Phantom 3 Professional.
Oh, that's right.
And I probably, Andre, I love you, but I think you're getting the better deal on that. It's fun because it's like a Phantom 3 Professional, 6 batteries, a Pelican case, a backpack, carbon fiber props.
Oof.
I'm sure there's other stuff. But I traded them for this. Do I have any guesses?
Oh, man.
They're the new Associated Jordans.
Is it a buggy or a chuggy?
Let's see.
They do look like shoebox size.
They do, right? I was a little disappointed because I thought it came with the body, and it doesn't come with the body. And I was like, ugh.
So he really got the deal.
Well, the kit, the racing car kit doesn't come with anything. It just comes with the chassis. No wheels, no tires, no body, just straight up chassis.
Huh.
RC8. Wow. Oh man, I wish it was an RC8. I would definitely be on the winning side if it was an RC8. No. Ready? Stadium truck.
Oh, nice.
Or not stadium truck. What's it called?
Still race those?
Short course. Yeah, they have a class. It'll be more prevalent in the summertime. I probably won't get it on the carpet track. I don't think there'll be enough people interested. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Outside, we can really run into each other. It's way better anyway.
Yeah, no, totally. Short bus, Jeff Brown says. Yep, that's what they call them. No, I'm excited for it. I think it's a 2-wheel drive. It's not the 4-wheel drive. We have a Pro 4 already, so I'll probably get that one dialed in for racing in the summer too, on the dirt, because they have a big track out here, so it'll be cool. 3.2. It's a 6.2. 6.2. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for it. And should be a fun build. I'm gonna probably do.
You got the race bug, man.
I've always had the race bug. I just haven't really had a good excuse, and now I do. Yeah, there's a race this weekend, and I'm not going to be able to make it. I wanted to. I'm hoping to get the stadium truck soon, but I don't think it's going to happen. And the bad thing about the kits is that, like, you go into the hole fast on the kits. Once you have to buy the motor, the ESC, the transponders are what kills me.
Yeah, $100 for one.
Yeah, it's like, come on now. Can you just count my laps? Tell me I'm in the lead. Doesn't that work?
Yeah, honesty system.
Yeah. Let's be like, hey, I'm in the lead again. So I'm going to do a build on that. What else do I got going on? Dude, I've got a list of stuff. I was telling you how I have a list of like projects and a list of, I got to show that gate that I made. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, those are cool. At ease. All right, Jeremy. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Who else is going to USTE while we're taking a break for you to get your thing?
What?
Weren't you going to grab something?
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
It's right here.
Right here.
You probably can't even see it on the screen though, but it's kind of cool. It's a little idea proof of concept I wanted to play with.
Oh yeah, these are the gates.
Yeah, but the gates that have provisions for my banner flags, which I don't know where my banner flags are. I feel like they're always all over my desk, and I'm always like, get these out of here because they're all over the place, and I can't. Oh, there's some right there.
Did anybody watch any of the oval racing while we're talking about racing?
Ooh,
I see Silver Sack. There was the big oval races going on. I just saw Hobby Wing posted a video showing it. Looked pretty cool. Oh, that's sweet.
So I could put my flags in that I make, but the cool thing is that it's a normal gate, and I 3D printed it with my logo on the gate. How cool is that? Super cool, man.
Now, those are hard. How do you deal with rounded rocks and stuff? Does that, or even the dirt, does that push all the way through so you can stick it into the dirt to kind of hold it up? Bingo.
Yep. Bingo. Bingo. And yeah, I know that's kind of one of the things. I thought about making this convex, but I don't want to because there's not a good way to print it. If I made it convex, I'd have to print it upside down, which would
make your logo look sweet. But it'd be hard to pull all that out where you have
That's exactly right. Yeah. So it's kind of a catch-22. So what we're gonna do is this last trail that my son and I went on, we had a blast because we used to do this thing where we played it, it's like playing horse or pig, but with RC cars, and it kind of descends into like just follow the leader, and you try to see how many times the other person rolls over. And we had a blast doing that. And then we started talking. That's what got me looking at the RC Sparks video, because we used to do that in my backyard when it was mainly a crawling course. Right. And so I was like, let's do this again. And these flags are super light. Obviously, they're really lightweights. I don't even know what I just did with them.
So you just roll up on an area and they're like, let's set down some gates.
Yeah.
And just go for it here.
And just have some fun. So, yeah. So I think that'll be cool. We're going to do that. I'm going to print a bunch of gates out, and we'll have our own little comp. I've talked to some people locally. Nick B says the outdoor track opens in March, but prepping is late February. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I don't think I'm going to get much more carpet racing in. Well, indoor carpet racing. I think it'd be a lot of fun to be able to go out and set all these little, lines up. And I talked to some guys that are local that I've done stuff with before, and I said, hey, what would you think about doing something light like that? They're Instagrammers or people that have been around that kind of stuff, and so they would have the same kind of mindset and taking cool video. And I was thinking it'd be rad to get, have two people with iPhones and buy two of those 2 sets of wireless lav kits and go out and take video of the people. And so the other thing I thought is that they have their own logos too, and we can 3D print. So say it was like me, you, and Nick B. He's out here on the chat, right? So you would have 6 of these, or 12 of these. I'd have 12 of these. He'd have 12 of these. And then we would go out and be like, me first, then you, then Nick, then you, and set up the course that way. And then that way everyone gets to set up a gate. And then we just go through all the gates and keep points on it. I think that would be a ton of fun. And just light, you know what I mean? Like not anything like, we don't care about like Sorka stuff or anything like that. It's just kind of run what you brung. We'd probably cap it at 5.6 tire or whatever the Proline 19 is, but cap it at that and just go for it and have some fun with it. Oh yeah, make a silicone mold.
Yep. I was just reading that.
Yep. I used to do stuff like that for work. Cast everything out of resin. That Poracast stuff though gets pricey after a while. It can get a little expensive, but resin's pretty cool.
Some people are saying they were watching the RC Chili Bowl stuff, and John Martin said he knows 10 guys that went.
Nice.
So those, Nick B, mount on the ground.
Yes. So they go on the ground and you drive through them.
Yep. To drive between them.
Yep, for gates. And so that's the idea that I had, why I had it with the hole in it. So like if we're in the woods and there's not many rocks, it's mostly like roots and dirt and stuff, then we can just put the flag. I literally just had the flag here and I don't know what I did with it. But we can just put the flag right through it. What did I do with it? I literally was like, hey guys, look at this, how cool this is. I don't even know where I put it. How can it disappear that quick? It's probably like right in front of me too. But yeah, so then I can, put branded. I have all different kinds of branded flags that we have, so be cool. Jeff Brown says he sponsors it every year since 2018, and he attended a couple times and raced in it. That's cool. We have a dirt circle.
Jeff Brown is kind of, you guys don't know, he owns Reaction RC, where we do a lot of our comps here locally. But he also raced big time and would travel around the world racing.
Unicycles?
But he also makes tire compounds, SXT tire compounds. Yeah. So he's mentioning sponsoring and all that. Yeah, he's got the tire compounds that a lot of people use on their tracks.
Nice.
Which you probably see even at your place there, Pablo.
They are no sauce allowed.
Are they a no sauce track?
No sauce track. Nope. I don't know what the outdoor rules are, but indoor they don't allow sauce. And then there's two tracks outdoor. One's turf and one's dirt clay compound. So
he's also got a tire cleaner stuff that's really good.
That's what I want to try. I am a tire cleaning dork. I like cleaning my tires, and I used to run. It was a Psycho RC tire cleaner. It was like a tire prep, and I really liked it. And my son would come down and just clean tires and clean bodies, and it was really nice. I used Cow RC stuff, but that Psycho stuff was like, it made them slightly sticky, and it was like, but it made them nice and like a satin finish. It looked nice. It looked really good. Sauce before Pablo.
Yeah, his sauce is really good on crawler tires too. I should try it on those Hustlers and see if it can do anything for
I think you should probably sauce your fingers and be like, hey, I can drive better now. Do whatever it takes, Tony. Don't change your socks for a while. See if that helps too.
Yeah. Are those gates large enough for my 1/8 nitros?
Yeah.
Those are.
Good luck. You'll fling them all over the place.
Yeah, different type of gate.
Yep. Psycho always makes things better. Shots fired, he says. Shots fired.
I'm not very good at 1/10 crawling. I'll be the first to say it.
Yeah.
I do okay with my minis, but I still just don't know what I'm just getting into the whole thing, the comping and all that.
Nick B says, do people sauce tires at Die Hard? They don't. It's illegal at Die Hard, but I know other carpet tracks that allow saucing on carpet tracks. Die Hard does not. I don't know anything about carpet racing really. I just know that saucing makes your tires stickier and cleaner, but that's all I know. That's all I know. So, should we get into this brainstorming idea?
Yeah, I like it. It's a great idea.
So, I don't know yet how to do this. Come to a Sorka comp for 20. Dude, if if you guys are talking about how it might be in Oregon, I will totally be there if it's in the one in Oregon, because that's not too far from me. And I'll comp, but I won't comp
I
competitively.
hate building stuff to rules, but yeah.
I'll build one for you, Tony, for rules. How about that? As a segue. So we were talking about when we didn't talk about this, but like when I was in college and high school, all that kind of stuff there. Well, maybe not high school. I don't know how old I was. Maybe it was going on at high school, but there used to be like Jesse James, West Coast Chopper, and all these shows that were, the beginning of reality TV, but for the automotive world. And I always liked them. And I think, the West Coast Chopper and the Orange County Chopper show actually really got me interested in theme building. When it's like, I remember like the baseball team theme or like the Snap-on theme, and they'd use
Statue of
wrenches.
Liberty.
Yeah, and they'd
One
use
they did.
wrenches for shifters and all that kind of cool stuff. I really dig that kind of thing. And that's kind of what I do. Oh yeah, American Chopper. That's right. Orange County was after that. I kind of do that for work anyway, but it's like interior stuff. It's not, it's exterior, interior of buildings. That's what I design and build, and that kind of variety. But I really want to do that for RC stuff. And I thought I'd make cool content to be able to say, hey, how about I build you a car? We'll document it, and you pay for the kit, you pay for your parts that you want, Monster Garage, yep, all that kind of stuff. And then I'll build it. I don't want to get rich off of it. I'll charge a very minimal price, and you'll have a really sweet custom
Caged
car,
and whatever.
whatever. Yeah. And then that way, it's like you get, like, for instance, I was looking at, like, for your Jurassic Park car, it's like I could go all to the nines with theming to RC Jurassic stuff or doing all kinds of weird stuff. I think that'd be
Would
a
you
lot of
put
fun.
girl dolls on it at the front and make it like a dollhouse truck for me?
You know what? You're the client, Tony. You're the client. Okay. That's what I would say. But it would be very, very.
You know what else it could be good for too, for publicity for you too, is RC car action.
What do you
potential
mean?
Stuff for getting your stuff in the mag, like Read or Ride or whatever, where you talk about the process of it. If you're doing all the documenting of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was in there once. I got Reader's Ride once for the Frankenwagon when I first built that, the first edition of it. It was a pretty cool build. It was the Proline Choice or whatever. But yeah, no,
I think it's a fun idea. What you need though is you need some drama somehow, like arguing with the client on a phone call or.
No, Tony, I will not do dolls in this car.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we've got a problem. We've done this and it's not going to work the way you want it to. But it's going to be an extra $200 to get the motor in time to finish the build. I don't know. Some kind of budget going over budget. Looks like we're going to exceed our budget.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't want this to. I have a day job that takes up a lot of time and kids. I want it to be more of a fun thing. What I want it to be is I want it to scratch the itch that I have for building, build some cool stuff, make people happy, and if I have enough afterwards to get my own kit, eventually get my own kit. And I'm talking like, I was thinking numbers of like, do the whole build after someone pays for all the parts. I'll do the whole build for like $250, $350, somewhere around there. And then that's like all the cage work, all the design. And then you could go crazy with it if you really wanted to, and like design your logo, all that kind of stuff for the car. I don't know. I think it'd be a cool project for sure. I just don't know I don't know if I want to market it or how to market it
well, I think you'll get people that'll want them built, and it's about getting people to watch the videos. Yeah. Is that what you mean by marketing?
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
I
how do you
mean,
get on the Motor Trend
yeah.
and be like,
Well,
no, these aren't toy cars, and we're not playing with dolls. These
yeah.
are NECA figures.
Then
And
then I'll have to make my own stage, right? Or,
yeah.
or movie set, and then I'll have my scale garage, and I'll get a tiny welder and weld up the cars, and
I think it's a fun idea. I think there's potential. It gives you the ability to work with all different kinds of vehicles, different kinds of builds that might not be your typical.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I like the challenge of it. You know what I mean? Like, I like that challenge to be able to say someone wants
Now, like 3D print bodies for it, or use the stock bodies that come with kits? You'll do like hard bodies?
Yeah, whatever people want, man. It's their car. I mean, they'd have to pay for materials, but yeah. I mean, whatever.
Right.
That's the hard part, is that, a lot of it will be the design time, where I'm not going to make any money on design time, because that's just part of the process in this.
Yeah, I feel like you got to have like a tiered system. Like, if you're going to have a cage, then the price goes up another $100.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're going to 3D print a body versus just painting the stock body or wrapping the stock body, I guess you could do.
Right. Well, and that's the thing that's tough about the 3D printed stuff, is that it looks good on camera. I'm going to be honest. It looks good on camera, but if you go up and look at it, you can still see all the lines, all that kind of stuff on my trucks. Like, I don't take the time I'm not Matt, I don't take the time to sit there and like get my 3D printed bodies.
Paint, sand, paint.
No.
Yeah. No, if you paint it enough, you can fill in those holes, and then, yeah.
I know. I mean, I appreciate 100% the stuff that he does on them, but I don't have time for that. I don't have time to, and especially if I'm going to be doing this as like turning it around for people. I mean, I think I could probably take on one a month. And that's probably very optimistic. It'd be cool if I could get two a month, but
I don't love comping tent scale stuff. Right. But I love trail trucks.
Right.
And I'd love to have a beast of a truck.
Yeah.
Like a Frankenwagon, or whatever the
Lazarus.
The Lazarus. I just put 2 motors in this bag. You know what? I'm
going
to leave it. This is going to be the golden egg bag. Somebody gets a double motored. You guys see it here. And I'm going to make it so that it's in the next 20 on the stack.
Ooh, there you go.
So somewhere in the next 20 motors, somebody's going to get a twofer.
Ooh.
Just because.
Order today. Time's running out.
So the opposite was in my last live stream. I was packing bearings, and I got to it where I had a bearing still on the counter and all the bags over there. And so I had to unpack. So I didn't want somebody to get one that was missing a bearing. And the way I did it is I had a paper. It's super high tech. You guys should learn from me about all this stuff, sorting and all that. I taped 3 pieces of paper together and put lines between them, and then I just wrote bearings it was, and then how many of them there were, like 8. Then there's like 4, 4, 4, 2, and I'd pull out 8, pull out 4, 4, 4, 2, bag them, and then I know that it didn't just end up there. It was like I didn't pick it up and put it in the bag on that last one.
Yeah.
So, but I had thrown it onto the pile, so now I had to go through the pile and all the ones that were on top. I think it took like 4 bags to get through to find the one.
That's not too bad. You know what I would have done in your situation?
Weight them.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I was going to do. If I didn't find it, I was going to start weighing them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I would have been like, I'm just going to weigh these and that'll go. Yeah, no, I was thinking about the builds in, I was also thinking about making a build that's like the signature build, right? The signature line where maybe it's just a half truggy, like the one that my son traded when he got his element, he like doing a half cage like that, and that's like the signature build where it's not signature meaning like Cadillac, but
that's probably what I would want. It's like a rear cage build.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the truck front.
Yep. And those perform better for sure. And they my idea is that like something like that, I would do a template, design my template, and then just kind of go for it. And then whatever changed on the way would change or that kind of thing. But
I've got a pretty cool truck I could send to even start with.
What truck?
I've got a Phoenix Portal edition in the box, and it's already a separated cab. The bed is separate, so it'd make it super easy to do a
truggy style with it.
A truggy style.
Yeah, let's do it. You'll be my first promo.
I'll buy in.
Well, you don't have to buy in on it, but just send me the truck and I'll design it and build it.
Oh no, I'm buying in. I'm paying for the hours.
Nah, we'll trade something. How about that? We'll trade something. That'll work better for us. We don't need to change money, Tony. We'll trade. Uh-oh, he froze out.
Everybody's going to want to trade now.
No.
Everyone's going to want to offer trades now. You got to make money doing this, dude.
I'm only trading
Tony.
You're
going to use some of your time.
Yeah, I know, but I'm only going to trade you. Just so everyone knows, I'm only trading Tony. Unless someone's got a UDR they want to trade. Then we might be able to work something out. But aside from that, yeah, let's figure something out, Tony. I think it'd be cool. What kind of theme would you want?
I don't know. I like how yours all look. Just kind of mean. I want it to look mean. So maybe it would need a little wrap around the front for the cage.
Yeah.
Because the way it wraps around the front of your like Lazarus and that, it looks super
cool.
I
could still, even if it's Lexan, I can still make
cage around
cage around it. Yeah, that's no big deal. Jeff Brown says, I'll trade out.
He's saying his CCXRC section at the shop is empty again. He moves that stuff like crazy.
That's good.
That's crazy.
Awesome. I just dropped my wrench, and of course it's at the very back of my table. Do a front bumper, half hood cage, swings forward. Yep. That's probably what I would do. I would make it so your cage would hinge. That's how all mine are. And it's nice. And it's makes it so you can access your battery easily. That's how I like it. Ooh, I think these wheels are going to look nice on this truck.
I'll choose the tires this time.
I'm just going to, you'll choose the tires and send them to me, and I'll just grind them down so they're slicks. I'll be like, hey, I heard these tires are awesome. These are the best tires out there.
Because I have the Vanquish wheels and everything for it. I have a light kit. I can send a bunch of stuff that'll help.
Do it. Whatever you want, man. We'll make it look good.
I've even got like the green ooze for the shocks.
Ooh.
Green grease or whatever that stuff is. Goop, the associated.
Yeah. Green slime.
Yeah.
Yep. See, that's the thing. It's like stuff like that. I don't like, you could send that, but like the gear grease and all that, I got a tub of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going through mine anytime soon. So cost equals labor. See, that's the thing. That's the hard thing about that kind of stuff where there's no, this is a hobby for me, so there's no way to be like, I'm not charging anywhere close to what I charge at my shop. So it's like, how do I?
Oh,
what?
Dude, we need to turn into a pull truck.
A what?
A pull truck. Like if it's a caged pull truck, can I have a cage on a pull truck?
You can have an interior cage on a pull truck.
Not an exterior.
Well, I mean, you could. It would add weight to the front for sure. If you caged it all out. My truck, my Frankenwagon truck, dominated.
It's a pulling beast. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it dominated because it was so heavy.
Yeah.
Because I did the whole cage at a solid tube, and it was like, yeah, it was massive.
So I'd probably, when I get it, I'd probably change it and put the straight axles on then.
Whatever you want. Or
So
just
I've got the straight axle version of that truck too.
Yeah.
But
or send the straight axles, because I'm going to need it to have the right geometry so that it will clear everything. You know what I mean? Like that way it's not rubbing against the fenders. Probably talking about how to keep local racetracks open. Oh, I thought he was talking about me. Yes.
Is that something we need to talk about? That is tough.
Yep. The world wants to see a CCXR. Oh, yeah. Pulling truck. You know what would be cool? But it doesn't really fall in line with this project, is making a Budweiser Boss truck.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
I could always just order one of the Elements too. That worked better for that, because I don't know that I want to do the portals for the heavy truck. Seems like a portal snapper.
I don't think so. I think you'd be fine. No, I think you'd be fine. Either way, I mean, use something that you have already that could be built versus something that's new that you would still have to sit there and look at your car that's not built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I could always use it as trade material, though.
What do you mean?
I could trade the Phoenix.
Yeah.
For the build.
If you wanted, I know a guy that has a good line on Elements. I don't have any VS material. I don't know if Josh is still in here. Josh is like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, then you get an. I've already got Vanquish. I got 2 Vanquishes already. It gets you one.
Yeah. That'd be all fancy.
As long as it's not a conflict of interest.
No, I can drive whatever I want. Do what I want, Tony. Do you have to wear like a velvet blazer or anything when you drive a Vanquish? Like a Hefner style blazer?
No, I think you just have to wear a hat and something orange.
Okay.
Can't remember the rules exactly.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're talking. Jeff's saying what helps keeps track open. So many of the tracks, people are sponsored drivers, and so they get discounts on the stuff, and so they don't buy at their own track. So even though they race there, they're not helping keep their track open because they're not doing anything but paying race fees, which aren't that much.
Okay, so you want to know what I think will help keep tracks open that hasn't been tapped into, and it's kind of the whole RC industry?
Yes, I do. Are you waiting for me to say yes?
Well, I didn't know if you didn't want to hear, and then I was going to say, fine, I'm not going to tell you. Marketing.
Yeah.
I think getting people like us involved that can go and make a video of the track and the day at the track and let people know that they're not for just professional racers, they're for families and they're for all this kind of stuff. I think that actually helps out the tracks immensely. Like, I'm not a track owner, but I feel like just shedding light on that whole aspect would really help out. I think having the idea that our local track has that loaner system where it's $10 and you can go and beat the snot out of the car, and if you break it, they fix it and you go out for the next heat. Like, I think that's super valuable. Like, I wouldn't have gotten into it if I didn't, because I wouldn't have invested all that just to go and try.
I've been thinking a lot about this in general. So one of my goals is people are always looking for something to do on a Friday night or on a Saturday or whatever. So I was like, well, what do we go out and do as friends or whatever? Like, what's something we can do?
Yeah.
And so I want to start making videos and titling them like something to do in Grand Rapids this weekend. Rent an RC car. You know what I mean? Like because what are people searching?
Yeah.
Like, right?
It's
things to do in Grand Rapids. Like,
my wife gives me a hard time.
Do a video that talks about, go in, talk about the track or the course, talk about like they've got rentals. You can come in, you and your buddies can have, you could go bowling. You could come and do this. Like, it's something new that you've never done. You don't have to be good at it. You could just show up. They've got the rocks. They've got the track or the cars. You can rent them for a game bowling. You can come in here and have fun for an hour.
Yeah.
But people don't know they can do it, and so it's kind of like just
it's not in the community.
Making it an intentional video where it's not about a view. It's all about supporting the local community and saying
100%. Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. I kind of did that with that last Ludington video where I did the intro that I was going there.
Yeah.
To meet up and do this thing and kind of showed the shop and what they had in it. And then I actually messaged Jeff and said I wanted to do something like that where I'd come in when it's not open.
Yeah.
Talk about that they have rentals, show the course, but then also like have video footage when there are people in there. Like, say there are events that you can
B-roll.
You may not want to start there, but you could always even rent one and do the competition if you really wanted to see what it was like. They've got a rental. You could rent it for the competition and hang out, and people will show you how to get into it. Because everybody's very helpful. So that's kind of an idea that I have, is trying to do that for the different local ones. I know that Dave is now doing the mini Z racing.
And
so go there and talk about how, there's a little mini Z racetrack in Grand Rapids that you can go to and race mini Zs. So kind of more like things like for people that are looking for something to do. And that would be the title, would be based around, not about the shop name or whatever, but RC cars as an evening out activity.
Bringing people into the hobby, not just the shop. Yeah, no, I totally get that. And that's, it's the reason why I was laughing about. Yeah, the reason why I was laughing about that is because whenever we go travel, I'm like, just look up, SplitsvilleHappenings.com. And I always tell my wife, I need to start creating this website. I've had this idea, and it's dumb because it's so simple, but I've had this idea for the last 15 years. Why don't we just buy up all these URLs and make these websites where it's like literally you go to wherever you want and it's xhappening.com, and then you pull up and it's like, hey, I could go and do this in this town on a Friday night. Cool.
And I really felt it when I was in Virginia, because there was nothing to do. Like it sucked. Like, I don't know what the teenagers do there. Like, there was one bowling alley. There was like this glow mini golf place, but it was kind of sketch.
Yeah.
And then there was like, if you went to the ocean front, there was, the ocean, and then they had like a few putt-putts and stuff down there. But like up here, you can throw a rock from one bowling alley to the other, like, and to a rolladium, or to where you can go skating, or you can go like, they've got these indoor go-kart places with like, the bounce halls and like arcades, and like there's just so many things to do here.
Yeah.
if you were just looking for somewhere to go and do something, axe throwing is everywhere. Like there's two
Right.
right by Jeff's. There's within a half mile of Jeff's. There's 2 axe throwing places.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you could do that too if you're really looking for something.
Well, okay. So one of the other things I think about tracks that would really help with tracks, specifically like things that have crawler courses in them, are have setups that are there intentionally. Okay, so here's my idea. Whoever's out there, this was the idea that I was going to do here. I'm not going to open up a course
Oh,
anymore.
same place they moved. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. There's only one axe throwing place. There's just 2 signs till they moved.
So I was going to open up a spot with one of my buddies a while ago, and before COVID happened, like literally the year before. And what we were going to do is we were going to make it so that it was a crawling venue that had, like I do these themed interiors, would have a themed course like mini golf. And you would go in and play the hole, and it would be a gate, and you'd have to keep your score, but it'd be set up like that for a month. And then the next month it would change. And then the next month it would change. So you could still go and have your crawling comps like you would, on any given day. But that's also something that companies and businesses could come and like play mini golf with an RC car. And, because just because it sounds cool to someone, they don't know what to do once they're there. It's like, oh, I'm just going to meander around this track or do whatever, versus like actually having, here's what you got to do. Here's your scorecard. And it
That's
doesn't
a cool
have to,
idea.
you know what I mean?
Jeff,
And
you
so
should take note of that.
I have
He's got 3 courses now. He can have one that has dates on it.
I have a full notebook. We were going to do one that was themed like Predator, where we had the C-17 sticking out of the wall with the gate down. So you drove around it. And one of the ideas we had, oh my goodness, this is going to blow your mind. One of the ideas we had was to do a night crawl where you turn off all the lights and you have to do a scavenger hunt with just the lights on your truck, and you put stuff around it's like like the clue thing where you go from one to another and you find the clue and then you go to the next one, you go to the next one. But that would be your whole project. And there'd be different clues around this big area. So people would, one person would be on line 1, one person would be on line 2 or whatever. So you'd go different ways, and whoever finishes first won. Dude, stuff like that would be rad. Like imagine doing that and having to put it in the back, the things you put, you pick
People
up.
pay to go to those escape rooms and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, and imagine, having the truck rentals where you can just rent them out and have, AAA mechanic shop come and they rent it out on a Friday night as a staff building thing, and they go out and do this as a team building thing. That would be fun.
Yeah. I could definitely see where somebody would want to have like something that you're doing that has some kind of a goal versus just driving around. If you're new to it, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's the untapped market share of these courses, right? You have a finite market share. That's the problem. RC tracks and RC shops have a finite market share, right? It's only these niche people that go there versus it being an attraction thing where you can go, I see that Jeff has, arcade stuff and things like that, which is awesome. But, it's the idea of when I was in high school, we had a batting cage where it was like the first of its kind. It was a bunch of batting cages. It was all indoor. It had a cafe and a lounge. And guess where all the parents were while the kids were hitting and getting instruction? They're hanging out in the cafe and the lounge, sitting on the nice leather chairs, just chilling while everyone's out there playing baseball. Like,
if you did that in a crawler course, you'd end up with brown pants. Your butt would be so dirty.
I know. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that definitely that having some kind of something that they're doing with the car, like a goal.
Yeah.
For an outsider, that's not into it, definitely adds like it's kind of like you go to Busch Gardens or whatever, and they always had those RCs there that were all like the Clodbusters that you could
I don't
drive
know if I've
around
ever
at
seen
like.
that. Yeah.
Oh, really? They had them at like
Uh-uh.
Cedar Point and stuff, and yeah, and they had the little on the side. They were like steering wheels. It had them all rigged up at radio control cars that you could run.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
But you do it from outside, and they're in like a little cage area. You couldn't get to them. You paid or
Yeah.
whatever, and they'd turn on for a minute, and you drive them around.
Right.
So people are interested in it. It's just about how do you make it so that the commoner wants to just pick one up and, on a Friday night come out and try it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But yeah,
this chat has gone crazy about their racetrack things. I think that's the hard thing. Racetracks versus crawling course kind of theme stuff. Racetracks are tough, man. Like I love the idea of racetracks, but that's the one thing that's a nice model about Die Hard is that it's mobile. So they have a crew that it's like a roadie crew. So Friday night, they get there at 7:00 at night and start thrashing and build the course, build the racetrack. It's a different racetrack every month. They build the racetrack. The next day it's racing all day long, and they tear the racetrack down Saturday night. And then it's on to the next one. And so they do it at like the Boys and Girls Club. They do it at the fairgrounds. And in the summertime, they have a big land that has, it just stays there. But
yeah,
out here, we can't race in the wintertime because of the
it's like
rain.
a portable church, but it's portable RC.
Yep.
So they just show up for that one day. They're not keeping it all week. They don't have to pay monthly bills for lighting and all that junk.
Right.
They come in and do the one event, tear it all down. So it's almost like when you go to a convention or whatever, and they just pop it up in a convention center and race.
Yep.
That does help them a lot. Because I know even like some of the other ones where people are like, hey, if you guys want this in your community, you got to support it. Like I see that pop up all the time in Facebook.
And it's hard too, because you got to think like they're not really making a ton of money on that stuff. Like they, I think it's 20, 25 or 30. I don't remember. It's between $20 and $30 per entry. So that's where it gets kind of rough. So say I had, and I think this is how it works. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure it's $20 an entry. So if you're running, and Nick might be able to say something about this, but if you're running multiple classes and you're entering in every class, it adds up fast. So like, me and Dalton, we'll go out there and race, but I mean, it's a full like 12 hours of racing of like being at the track. And it was like $70 for us, I think, somewhere around there, which isn't bad.
And that's with the rentals. Yeah.
That's with the rentals. Yeah. And so, I don't think that's bad. But that's the thing is that they have 180 to 200 entries a weekend.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And you got to think I don't know how much it costs to rent that place out, but it's got to be okay. It's better than $10,000 a month rent at a, 10,000 square foot place, 15,000 square foot place.
Yeah. Racing is tough too, because like Silver Sack thing is on a Traxxas budget and all that. And that's the tough part is that so much of it gets so expensive. It's hard to even think about jumping in,
Yeah. Oh, I've been pricing out building a race car to actually race, and just getting mediocre electronics and getting the car set up to race, $800 all day.
Yeah.
And and that's
where
with
those 2-wheel drive slash courses are awesome, where it's like stock.
Yeah.
It's competitive that way too. Like
100%. Yeah. 100% competitive. I didn't show this yet. I think I like it with these tires or with these wheels on it.
Nice. They're going to be rubbing like crazy though.
Why?
Are they? I'm asking.
No, they're
presses the shocks.
No, it goes. That's why I wanted to keep these.
Oh, the tuck tires.
Yeah, the comp cut ones, because they tuck in. They're the same stock tires.
Turn? Now go up and then turn.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
the same.
Yeah.
They're the same stock tires, but I just put the comp cut wheels on them, and that's what made it so that they'll tuck like that. And it just makes the truck. I think it makes the truck look a little more refined there, Tony. A little
I
more
agree.
refined. Now I got to put some stickers on it. I got to do it up. So
I kind of feel like, yeah, bashers don't need to race. Shop needs the revenue. Yeah, there's a need for one or the other. And the hard thing too for shops is with racing, with the different if you're going to stock parts, because if somebody does break one, but if people aren't necessarily buying them because they come with all of them in a bin, but then the race cars also change, and so then
every season almost, yeah.
Yeah, they come out with these slight upgrades and improvements, and then the other ones aren't worth anything, and they're stuck with these parts that didn't sell on the shelf, and that's just money sitting there that you just see. That's
I mean, I agree and I disagree a little bit because a lot of the associated stuff is still pretty backwards compatible for the most part. For the parts that you're breaking, like the A arms and stuff, that's because that was something that I was looking at, like the A arms and
they do stay the same.
Caster blocks, for the most part, that stuff stays the same.
I know when I was looking at the TLR stuff, they had so many different ones for the different. I was like, I don't even know, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so one little debate with someone in the chat, I get blocked. What? Did you block someone, Tony?
I didn't block anybody.
What happened, Nick? I didn't see anything.
Did somebody get put in timeout somehow?
I don't know.
I noticed he wasn't saying anything.
I'm looking back.
It might not show up on ours.
I think there is something to be said about having some kind of a basher park. That's so much liability. You know what I mean? Because like even people like my stepdad, how do you delete stuff?
Are they back?
I just deleted it.
Just block it.
But I think the liability for those basher parks are kind of tough too, because I know there's a lot of people that, waivers. Still, you feel bad when a kid wears a X Max to the rib cage, like, like even if you have a waiver, you're like, oh, that sucks. And then you get people pissed off at other people because they're not being respectful. I don't know. That's one of the things that I really like about Die Hard is that it's very family oriented. There's some people that take it really seriously, but most of the people are just there to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of low key, and maybe that's just because I've been in the novice class. I haven't had much. I've followed some of the other racers and just seeing what they're doing, and they're competitive, but they're not like, having temper tantrums if something happens. But I don't know. I think it's fun. I think to your point though, the spec class stuff, that is rad. I mean, we've done that in our backyard for the last few years with the slashes, and we've had so much fun with that. So much fun doing that kind of stuff.
I was just telling the guys when I was up at the Ludington place that I was there with that we have those axial Can-Ams, and I still love those things for racing just in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
They're not super fast. Anybody can just pick one up, and you just do an oval, laid out a couple of wooden jumps, and they're not even big jumps. They're just to make it kiss a little bit,
Right.
And they roll over if you turn too fast. So you got to let off on the throttle a little for cornering. but it's definitely a fun way to do it. As long as everybody's on an equal match, racing can be super fun.
Yeah, and I think that's there's no excuse for people getting super upset when everyone's kind of on the equal playing field. No one's spending X amount of dollars more on their car, really, if it's an equal playing field. So if you crash, you crash. Um,
This is true right here. Seen the same debate today about no prep drag and the new low C 1/16th. I believe the drag stuff is slowly dying because it's pricey and people that run big groups have ran them into the ground. So I don't know about the big group stuff or the whatever, but I do know that it makes it hard to just show up and run, and that just doesn't keep people coming,
yeah,
unless you have a stock class or something for
right,
people that
right,
don't have the money or the time invested in figuring out how to keep them straight at high
yeah,
speed. I mean, there's a lot of investment of more than money. People can think it's just money. It's a lot more than money that goes
yeah,
into winning. Those guys
yeah.
want to win, and there's big money on the line.
It's so funny, and
So
I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers saying this, but so I posted a picture of my DR10 kit. I put drag tires on it, and I put my Nova body on it. That Nova body came off of a U4 truck, and those drag tires, I just got them to try drag racing. The kit is actually intended to make a scale rail out of it, but I wanted to try the drag racing thing. But here's the thing. I've been around some of those drag races, and I've personally been around real one-to-one, like, alcohol drag cars, like altered cars and stuff I mean, in the thick of it, at the track kind of stuff. And it's kind of like the Dollhouse kind of thing when people are like talking all this stuff, and it's like, dude, you've like they know a lot about drag racing, and and it's like, this is an RC car. Like, this isn't like a legit, like, this isn't Street Outlaws. You know what I mean? And so I have a patience thing where I'm just like, I'm sitting here listening to a guy taking it way too seriously, and I'm just like, that loses me a lot in drag racing for RC stuff.
but you just find that competitiveness in racing in general. People show up and they wanna win.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But there's a difference between wanting to win and like thinking everything about cars, and it's like the kid that knows everything about cars, and it's like, yeah, okay, like, you know what I mean. And like, you see a lot of that in the drag community, and that kind of turned me off to the drag racing stuff. But it's, yeah, I mean, if you want to win, you're going to get ultra competitive. I don't think I get competitive at that kind of. I don't think I've been that competitive at all in RC stuff. It's all been fun for me all the time. And like, even to the detriment of, I'll go and do comps, and I don't even like pay attention to the comp when I'm doing it. I just do it to have fun. So
yeah.
What's up,
Some
Swampers RC?
people, like, I'm the same way, even with the comps. Jeff could attest to this. I just show up. I don't know if my truck works or not from last week.
I know.
I haven't done anything to it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying, like, oh, I lost this week, I'm gonna go change my tires and do all, like,
Yeah.
I just show up again and I'm there to have fun and hang out and laugh, make fun of myself. But yeah, some people they really do like to win. And
Sure.
I mean, I've been lucky with the minis that I'm usually competitive. I'm gonna be loud for a second, but
You're good.
I don't know how they expect you to get to these. Salt tape. Man, I'd put a dent on these motors. I ordered a bunch this time. Even though they haven't been selling as much recently because I haven't been talking about them, and there's so many people with motors now.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I still feel like these ones are easy. They're good, and people don't know about it. But
Alex is saying he agrees with me about the drag racing community. They take it pretty serious. So
Yeah, they do.
Busted Nux says RC drifting is fun, good community, and little to no drama, unless you bring a 4-wheel drive drift car to a 2-wheel drive drift event. Then people are like, who is this guy? But
yeah, yeah. I mean, anything you get to, it all depends on who's there, your personality. Yeah.
And I think a lot of that goes with the people that set the tone, the not race marshals, but the race coordinator and stuff like that. We'll set the tone. You know what I mean? And I think that's important rather than just having the Wild West out there kind of doing what they do. I think that's super important.
I'm now putting Smoking Motors Club things in with the motors because so many people that get them burned up their stock motors.
Oh, nice.
So in getting this, most of them have already joined the club. So
nice. I'm waiting to see someone smoke their motors and pulling.
Dude, I tried to do 3S and smoke it, and it won't let you run 3S with the ESC. It just blinks the lights. It knows that it's too much voltage. The stock. I need to get a Lizard.
Yeah, I was going to say throw a Lizard and put a brushed motor on the Lizard.
Yep, that's what I need to do. I was bummed. But
he was saying
I
seems like
drive them fast. It's a rush because you don't know if you're going to crash and wreck it. It's really fun.
I think it'd be fun if I had 2 identical DR10s and it was just me and my kid or me and my stepdad, me and someone else out there just pulling the trigger and racing, like heads up style. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I have nothing against it. Like, I think that a lot of the community kind of style is kind of like, it's a little too much for me, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. Seems like the 10th scaling comps are pretty serious as well. Doesn't look too much fun. 24 scale seems a bit more laid back. I think it depends on the kind of comp you go to. The only thing that deters me from the 24 or from the 10th scale crawling comps are, from my experience, they haven't been super family friendly for the actual like Sorka comp stuff. But we have around here, we have things that are called trail events where they'll either set kind of like what we were talking about earlier, where we set up cones on a trail and then we go out and, keep score, but it's not like super competitive. That stuff is a lot of fun. But yeah, the Sorka
that's
stuff,
tough though, because you still get those people that come in that are super competitive or don't, and they'll cheat their scoring.
Yeah,
so it's tough. But we know people that have had prizes and stuff for winning. You can't do that on anything where it's self, because then everybody starts saying the other person cheated, and yeah.
Now ours are like keep score and drop it off as you leave, like, and there's no prize or anything like that. Just if you drop it
just
off
for
you drop it
yourself,
off.
it's basically competing against yourself and or your group.
Yep.
That's how I see those being. Like, you're really just with the guy that you're with, and they know if you're cheating or not. But if it's just a little friendly competition. The
trail stuff is a lot of fun.
Speaking of competition, I wanted to reach out to Axial about doing the little SCX 24 comp at Badlands.
Yeah.
And just hosting a little one, bringing some gates and
just let's talk
like for an hour one morning, because I think that would be fun. And there's so many people that have them.
Yeah. I was going to say, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about the different events coming up now that you mentioned Badlands. And then we'll probably wrap it up after that. It's getting late. We're at
That's a good idea. 2 hours. Yep.
But so Proline by the Fire was announced. All the Horizon stuff, I guess.
They announced that all in December. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got dates.
I don't know if you got that from NorCal, the not the Jamboree, but the Monster Fest or whatever. He sent me the date for that on Facebook. Yeah.
Their Winter Fest or their Monster Fest?
Summer Fest. I don't know what it is
Summer
called.
Fest?
But
okay. Have one where the North and South come together, right? And do a big.
Yeah. I think that might be it. But he sent me that one. I think that was in August or September. I don't remember. And then there's what other ones are there? There's USTE and Axial Fest. I wanted my goal is to try to get to 2 of these events this year. That's kind of the idea. So the idea behind the, making stuff for builds for people to not make money, but that would be something to fund travel for these kind of things for me.
Yep.
I think that would be fun because I actually think the Pro Line theme sounds like a little bit of fun this year.
Oh, survival? Yeah,
Yeah.
survival.
And I think that means different
That is
things
a
to
fun
different
one.
people. Like to me,
It totally does.
I would think that would be like a hardcore overlander car, not like tribal survival kind of thing. But I think that would be kind
You're
of cool
thinking
to
like the
build.
Survivor TV show.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be cool. Jeff Brown says coming to Michigan in September. That's what I'm thinking. I think it would be fun to go to Michigan, and I think it'd be fun to do one in Cali. And I
It's
don't.
the Michigan one's actually a really big, seeing all these different events. The gauntlet is pretty huge.
Yeah, yeah.
When you look at it in scale.
I would love it. I think, Tony, that'd be a lot of fun. Remember we talked about it last year, kind of covering an event like that. I think that would be fun to go out and just get cameras on it and then
Live
to make.
stream, have different cameras check in from different spots. Be really cool.
I think
We
that'd be
talked
really
about with
neat.
Jeff doing it this year, just logistically. I couldn't do any of it because of the 24 scale stuff. Took up all my time, and it was a blast.
Sure.
And I think there's a lot of people bit the 24 scale bullet with that too. Like they saw what it was about, and they're like, "All right, next year I'm going to be ready." So
yeah,
I think it's
that's
going to be
cool.
even better.
Yeah, I think something like that would be cool. So I think the Gauntlet one would be one that's really on my radar, and then I'm torn. There's 3 others that I'm kind of torn on, and I think I'm leaning more towards. There's also one called Dead Man's Crawl. That's like the Element themed one.
Yep.
So there's that one, and then
put that one on Gecko. Brad.
Yep. Gecko Trails. Yep. So I think I'd like to do that one or Proline by the Fire on the West Coast. I think those would be really cool. The hard thing about them for me is that they're traveling during the school year, because I think Proline by the Fire is in September. The Gauntlets in
Badlands,
September.
not Badlands, but the Axial Fest is a summer.
Yeah.
It's in July.
Yep.
But you have to have Axial. That's the bummer. That's the cool thing about the Pro Line.
Yeah, but I mean, if I knew I was going to be going to something like that, there's nothing that says I can't build an Axial. You know what I mean? Right. And I'd go and find a kit and build it up and take it down there, or not, or just rent it. I'm sure I could talk to someone that I would let me borrow one of. Someone's got more than one that's going to that, and I'd borrow it and go and play with it. But yeah, I think something like that would be a lot of fun. And the other thing that's kind of tough.
Pro Line's cool though because it's all things too. It's not just crawlers.
Yeah, and that's why I'd like to do the Pro Line by the Fires, because they have U4 racing, they have all kinds of they have the Ultra 4. Since I've been doing this not eating after 8 o'clock thing, I'm down a few lbs, man. It's crazy. I'm like the lightest I've been in a long time, and so
that's cool.
I'm thinking about. And, I'm hiking a lot, but I think it'd be fun to train where I could actually run the Ultra 4. I don't know. You know what that is, right? Where they actually trail run behind their RC car.
Yep.
I would love to do that. But what I was going to say is the hard thing about these events is that I would have, I would want to take my kid because he's all into it, right? So it'd be fun to take him along with us. So it's like, during the school year, that's what makes it tough. And I think I could get away for a weekend with him, but it'd be a fun thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Pro Line by the Fire is one that I want to get to.
Let's do it,
I don't know. Unless I pick up some freelance work, I don't know that it'll be in my budget.
Yeah.
So That'll be
When
the
is
thing
it?
this year without the extra work.
Do you remember when it was?
September something.
We got time.
16th or 18th.
We got time.
I'm also trying to plan it to go to the World Finals again if I can.
Oh yeah, that would be
It's going
cool.
to be in Tennessee this time, so it's closer.
Ooh, that's cool. Nashville?
Yep. But it's only a 1-day event this time instead of 2 days.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah. That's what's cool about Pro Line by the Fire. It's like a 4-day event, I thought. 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I thought so. Or I think it's only on
Like
Saturday. I don't think it's on Sunday. Maybe it is, but
I think it's wrap up stuff. I think you're right. I just saw it on Facebook on the Horizon page. You have it pinned to the top. Go in there.
Nice.
I'll put it on the window here.
Nice
for us because I'm still got it going, right? Yeah. So we'll get it. We'll pull up the dates. So other events. I'm gonna try to go to the RC Fest.
See, that's the other one that I thought would be cool. The Horizon RC Fest. Is that what you're talking about? Where they have all the planes and long jump and all that kind of stuff? I think that'd be rad.
Yep, here it is.
That's the bummer thing. They're all far away from me. Like there's nothing.
Well, because you're up
in the very top corner.
So RC Fest is June 9th, September 22 to 23. So it's 2 days. And that's on somebody's probably saying this there. Yeah, Tanker's already saying it.
That's cool. September 22nd, 23rd.
I'm out of focus. Yeah, my internet's sucking, so it's not. I look super crisp on my end, but it's showing the actual camera.
What are you talking about? Are you seeing? I'm not seeing these comments that you're seeing.
Oh, Jeff had said Tony's out of focus or has a filter on.
Oh. Yeah, you have that soft lens on. Looking all glam.
Dirtburger, what are you talking about being the second customer? Oh, for Pablo? There you go.
There you go.
Get them all lined up.
An old Toyota. Oh, dude, I saw an old Toyota. I was looking through 3D bodies the other day, and I saw an old 4-door Toyota-ish Land Cruiser body that I was like, the kind that had the fenders on it on the front and the smaller hood. And I was like, I want to make that into. I was thinking that might have been one of my next things, but if he wants a Toyota that's old school like that, ooh, that'd be so dope.
Yeah.
Jacob Henson wants to know if you can show one of the motors.
It's tough because of the light. Yes. And actually, the lettering is much darker this time, which is good. And focus is the other issue. Trying to block the light.
I might be able to show mine. Hold on.
It's not going to refocus.
Where's mine?
There you go. So it's a direct bolt-on. It's longer than the stock motor, so you have to cut away the battery. There's one arm that comes down from the battery tray. You just snip that off. You have to take the 2 screws out anyway to pop the battery tray out to get in there. And then you just snip off the one arm, which isn't necessary. Your battery's not doing much. It's not going to make it, it only needs the one arm to hold it up. But they're direct fit. I'd love to say that they are all going the right direction this time. But last time I went and switched them by hand, I manually changed them when I found that people were having them in reverse. And then some other people said they got them in reverse. So I don't know that they know which way it's going when they hook it up and do the power to it. So it's a matter of switching 2 wires. You just lift this and pull them out and switch them, stick them back through. Super easy to do. Or if you have the version 2 radio, you just flip the reverse switch on it for your throttle.
There you go.
So the V2, it's a super easy problem, but it is direct fit to the motor plate. You don't have to have an adjustable one.
That's what's
It
super
screws right
nice.
on. That's what's
Yeah.
super nice about it. Screws right on. The soldering is sideways, so it'll go in and around everything nicely. And yeah, it's all pre-wired up. It's got a brass pinion, same exact mesh and size as the stock one, so it does fit right into that tray and motor plate, and super easy. So for people that haven't, and somebody in the next 20 is going to get the dual pack that has 2 in here, because I double bagged this one. So we're going to just leave it as a.
So Jacob Henson's
find out
asking, is it faster than stock? I honestly don't remember
No.
how fast my stock
Nope,
one was.
it's the same speed as stock with a lot more torque.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
which is what I think the stock speed is fine. Like,
yeah,
for comping, that's really what this is great for, is like small courses and climbing rocks and that kind of stuff. It's not about speed. He'll climb speed. It's still fast enough for most of that, but
sure.
It's not like a race motor or anything. It's a crawler motor, and I tuned it for that. Like, that's what it was geared for, was that low end power. So when you hit something slow, because I like to drive slow and just look for videos and all that, and it just has the power, just a little input. And if you put your hand out on a stock one and hit the throttle, you'll feel it bog out. These ones will just fight your hand. Like, it's got some oomph to it. So that's why we call it the baby Goliath.
Very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like mine. My kid runs it, and he has plenty of fun with it.
And if you have an aftermarket, like a Lizard Pro or any of those ESCs, a Tegu, you got even more control over it than as far as smooth speed.
I guess you can't see mine or my kids. It's underneath the.
I don't remember what they are now, how much they are. I got them in bulk so I could sell them cheaper.
The motors?
Yeah.
Or the Lizard? Okay. I don't know how much.
So they're $13.99 right now.
And you could get 2 for the price of 1 if you order within the next 20 minutes.
For that, $13.99.
Order now.
I think that was technically the sale price that I was doing at Christmas, because I think they're supposed to be $15.99, but we'll leave it at $13.99 for now, since I just said it on here.
There you go.
But
one quick plug, real quick. Also, I think I'm going to make a video about it, but that giveaway is still going on for another week or two, till the 30th. I think, is that another week? Giveaway for the U4 truck. I've gotten a couple
give
entries.
That a plug before we get off of here.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple entries for it. It's pretty. It sucks because it's a random draw, and there's been some people that have had some very unique stories, and it's like, man, I wish I could give everyone an RC car. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it's in my community tab. If you go and look, there's a couple pictures of the truck. It comes RTR, and just shoot me an email. I think the email's now in the community post. But like I said, I'll make a video. I don't understand. I don't know. I get a lot of people saying they can't find my email address in the About tab on my YouTube channel. And I'm like, I thought it's there. I'm pretty sure it's there. But people said they can't find it. So
on the community tab?
No, in the in the About section.
Oh, okay.
The post is in the community tab, but in the About section, it should have, the link that says for whatever business, whatever the verbiage is from YouTube.
Business inquiries.
Yeah. Yep. So it should say that in the About page.
Is over and About.
I thought so.
It says view email address.
Yeah.
For business inquiries. You just click on that.
Yep. Can you click on it to see? I mean,
it'll pop it up right now.
That's fine. No one's going to be able to see it. I just don't know if it actually shows the email address.
You're not a robot.
Okay. This
Submit,
is good.
And there is his email.
Okay. Yeah, you can't really see it on the screen.
which is nice and kind of blurred for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the cool truck right here. He's doing the giveaway on. It looks super cool.
There you go. There you go.
Make someone smile. Send him an email.
Yep. Says some people have trouble figuring it out, Pablo. Well, I just wasn't sure because I can't really see. You can see, but I'm like, can I see this and other people can't see this? Keep on questioning myself. But yeah.
So Scale Rat, actually, he's in here, just checked in for a second. He's got a cool body that he's done up for a giveaway for Operation 11 Charlie.
Oh, rad.
And so that's what got me looking at bodies.
Uh-huh.
In case I don't win that one. But he had a really cool camel trophy truck.
Nice. I love those, man. So that's what I was talking about, like, the scale stuff, the dollhouse trucks or whatever that I want to build. I want to build another truck like that where I'm like 3D printing all the scale accessories, maybe doing a little interior. I did an interior on a Vatera K10 body a long time ago, but I got it from what was the company? I forgot the company name. It was something with a B in it. I had the B in the logo, like the actual bug bee in the logo. I can't remember the name, but it was cool because it was a Lexan like seat and dash, and it just slid into the Vatera. It was super cool, and that was the first one that I did the Mexican blanket wrap on the seat that people really dig. So yeah, I want to do another interior. They're hard to do. I'm not good at them, but it's kind of neat to do. I'm envious. So that's the other thing I started doing. I started surfing the Scale Builders Guild forum, and oh man, those guys are all so good. Makes me so jealous.
Yeah, they're really good at that stuff. I don't. JT. The only bearings that I have are for the Traxxas, and then for the TRX4M, and then for the STX24. The STX24 ones are currently out of stock and should be in. I was trying to find. Yeah, here was our sorting mat I was talking about. Like, and my son, like, just sorting bearings.
Yeah.
Bag them. So, yep.
That's crazy.
And that's the second batch of them, because those TRX4M bearings have been going like crazy. So, see you, Nick B. Have a good night. We're getting ready to check out too.
Yeah, take it easy, man. I
just want to answer JT83 before we do. But I had a productive night on my end.
Yeah, I did on mine. I finished my wheel install. Now I can go out and run this truck again. Now that I got it back from my my neighbor. I guess I didn't preface why I'm changing the tires on it. I had a neighbor at the shop that bought this truck, not this truck, but a new version of this truck. And I was like, hey, just take mine. And he had it for a couple of weeks while he was like making the decision. Then he ended up ordering it. And I got it back, and the tires were de-beaded from the wheel, and my steel bumpers all beat up. And I told him, I was like, dude, here's the thing. This is a stalker car for me. So just drive it like you stole it. Like, I don't care. Like, beat it, have fun with it. This one. So maybe that's a quick plug real quick on this particular Sendero. What's nice about this one, handing it off to someone that doesn't know how to drive, it has a slipper clutch on it. So it saves your drivetrain. Unlike the other Enduros that are a locked spur gear, this one has a slipper clutch. So it's like, literally, I was like, do whatever you want. Hand it to your kid. I don't care. Like, I can replace little parts here and there. So, but I got it back, and I was like, well, looks like I'm going to have to do some work to it. So maybe I'll sandblast the bumper and powder coat it. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
cool. Yeah, man. Well, let's sign off, man. We'll talk about that build after, and then
let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys.
Take it easy. I'm gonna punch him in